Life Audio.
Welcome to the Crosswalk Devotional. We're glad to have you listening with us. Today's topic is how God goes with you as you step out in faith to do what God is leading you to do. We'll return with the devotional after a brief message from our sponsors. God Goes With You, written and read by Whitney Hopler. Then Moses summoned Joshua and said to him in the presence of all Israel, "Be strong and courageous, for you must go with this people into the land that the Lord swore to their ancestors to give them, and you must divide it among them as their inheritance. The Lord himself goes before you and will be with you. He will never leave you nor forsake you. Do not be afraid. Do not be discouraged." Deuteronomy 31, 7-8, NIV. September is a month of new beginnings. As summer fades into fall, many of us are considering taking on new projects and responsibilities at work, church, or community organizations. These transitions can bring a mix of excitement and apprehension as we think about the important work God is leading us to start doing. In Deuteronomy 31, 7-8, an older leader, Moses, addresses a younger leader, Joshua, in front of all Israel. Joshua is about to take on the monumental task of leading the Israelites into the Promised Land. Moses encourages Joshua that God goes with him as he sets out to do what God is leading him to do. Just as Joshua faced the challenging task of leading a nation into uncharted territory, you too might be stepping into something new and unknown right now. Whether you're starting a new job or new project at work, beginning a new volunteer role, or moving forward with another kind of new opportunity, uncertainty about the future can be stressful. However, the Bible's assurance that God goes before you can bring you the encouragement you need. God is not only aware of your future, but he is actively involved in orchestrating every detail of it. God's presence is not limited by time or space. God is already in your tomorrow, preparing the way and setting the stage for your success. By the time you get there, God will still be there, and God will be with you every step of the way as you do your new work. When you remember that God goes before you and with you, it relieves your stress and gives you courage. Your journey may have unexpected twists and turns, but none of them catch God by surprise. God has already mapped out your path and equipped you with everything you need to navigate it well. Moses' encouragement to Joshua to be strong and courageous is a powerful reminder that your strength and courage come from your trust in God. You don't need to worry about having what you need yourself. All you have to do is simply trust God. If you just trust God, you can be both strong and courageous. Joshua was stepping into Moses' important yet challenging role, leading people to a vital destination while enduring complaints and rebellion. The task ahead was formidable. But Moses reminded Joshua that his confidence should be in the fact that God was going with them. In your own life, you may face situations that seem beyond your capability. You might feel inadequate, unprepared, or afraid of failure. Yet it's precisely in those moments that God calls you to trust him more deeply. Your strength comes from recognizing that God is with you, empowering you to fulfill good purposes. Since God is with you, you can do whatever God is leading you to do, even if you feel afraid. Courage is not the absence of fear, but the decision to move forward in faith despite fear, trusting that God will provide what you need every step of the way. As you step out in faith, remember that you are part of a larger story. The new beginnings you face are part of God's larger plan for your life. Your journey may include some challenges, but God's faithfulness ensures that God's purposes for you will prevail. God is with you with every step you take, guiding, protecting, and providing for you. When Joshua finally led the Israelites into the Promised Land, it was because of God's powerful presence along the way. The new work you're starting can also be successful when you trust God while you work. As you step out in faith, be encouraged that God is with you and will never leave nor forsake you. God's presence is your strength. His promises are your hope, and His faithfulness is your assurance. Intersecting faith and life. As you consider how God goes with you as you step out in faith to do what God is leading you to do, reflect on these questions. What new beginnings are you facing right now? How can you remind yourself daily that God goes before you in your new journey? In what areas of your life do you need to trust God more deeply for courage and strength? Further reading. Joshua 1:9, Isaiah 41:10, Matthew 28:20, Psalm 32:8, Proverbs 3:5-6.
The Crosswalk Devotional is a production of Life Audio and Salem Media. If you liked what you heard today, please take a second to rate and review this podcast in your favorite podcast app so that more listeners like you can find the show. For more faith-filled, inspirational podcasts, visit us at lifeaudio.com.